James Kelly. Welcome.
Thank you, sir. This, to me, was the second biggest linchpin, growth mindset. Is everyone familiar with Carol Dweck? Carol Dweck, okay? So growth versus fixed mindset. She wrote a book in 2006 called Mindset. And the whole premise is that there are two types of people. There are growth mindset, want to improve, want to get better, and fixed, who are happy with the status quo. The growth mindset want feedback. They want challenge. They want dissent almost. They want failure. The fixed take all the credit, disperse the blame, aren't innovative. Now, there's one caveat on this whole entire thing, is you're not an either or. It can be context specific. But generally speaking, this is what I found amazing about the leaders that I spoke with, is that so many of them wore their failures like a nice worn hat, right? They were so proud of their mistakes. They were so proud of their screw-ups. They were so proud of getting feedback so they could be a better leader, a better version of themselves, run a better business or a better unit. So the guy I have coming up next as a quote is Joe DeSena. Joe DeSena is the CEO of Spartan Races. So Spartan was just here in Dubai. They have one in Hatta. This guy is amazing. So what he's talking about in this quote is that he lived in the suburb of New York where the mafia was located. And he grew up around the mafia. And in his teenage years, he started a pool cleaning business. And this is what he's talking about. Why aren't you working?
Savvy people, and you learn a lot from them. And I wouldn't trade it in for the world. Like if you don't go down that road and get in trouble, the amount you can learn from it is fantastic. They're hustlers, right? They're constantly crafting up angles, and I just love studying people. It's a great. I'm sorry, we're going to script the Fast Five. I had 700 customers in that business.
As a teenager.
Customers that were Italian, I had customers that were black, that were Jewish, that were Irish, you name, from everywhere. And I had husbands that cheated on wives that cheated on husbands, divorcees, people that went broke, people that became really successful, kids that grew up well, kids that went off the rails and got into drugs, kids that went to jail. And it was almost like this giant experiment for me, looking through a fishbowl on the family I wanted to create and the things I didn't want to recreate. So you can learn from it, you don't have to follow it.
All right, so what I love about that is we're having this big, long conversation about his upbringing. And that's one of the sticks of my podcast, is that I actually talk about people's journey, personal journey. My tagline is, I actually care who you are, not what you do, because who you are defines what you do. And so I tend to talk about people about their trials and tribulations and their own personal journey to where they're at in this moment. And his persistence is amazing. This is a guy that you'll see videos of him in the airport doing burpees for fun. Okay? Which anyone who does burpees knows is sadistic and not fun whatsoever. Just throwing that out there. But Joe is a great example of having this growth mindset. And I kept seeing this again and again with these leaders who are in charge of these Fortune 500, successful entrepreneurs, and things like that. So what do? There are two things that I think are really important. One, have goals, but without a plan, it means nothing. It's just a wish. So I have a saying that I like to share with people. I like to use it. Think forward, reason back. Right? Where do you want to go, and how do you get there? What's your roadmap? So think forward, reason back. It's an easy concept. We all think forward. We just don't reason back how to get there. Often when I teach with students, for example, or talk with students about career paths, they actually don't even know where they're going. They just know where they want to get to. And so often, they just take whatever first job they can get, and they take whatever second job they can get, and they kind of stumble throughout the whole process without thinking, well, do you want to be a CEO, a COO, VP? What do you want to do? I want to be a CEO. Okay, what skill set does that person need in 20 years? And start acquiring that skill set as you go to achieve that goal. The other one is love to fail. I think failing to me is the most important thing for a growth mindset. If you're not failing, you're not trying. Right? That's my thing. I fail constantly. I've been failing for like 30 years straight. Right? And I'll keep failing until I get to where I want to go, because in each failure is an opportunity to learn. And that's the important thing.